Hello, hello, Christina Giordano from Sold here. That is Sould. And I hope you're having a great start to your week. It is Monday over here, beginning of February. We're in a new month, a new vibe, and I'm feeling excited. I feel like with the new moon coming around the corner, the lunar new year, if you will, we have a lot of energy around new beginnings, and springtime is around the corner as well. There's kind of this nice vibe in the air. So I'm coming in to talk this week about my upcoming masterclass, which is actually happening on the 12th of February. That's next Monday. This is a $44 1 hour virtual masterclass, happens on Zoom. And it essentially is an opportunity for you to create a creator day. And one of the things I've realized is that a lot of people have myths around the idea of what a creator day is, because when they think of that, they think of structure and discipline and responsibility and all the words that tend to freak us entrepreneurs who crave flow out. So today I'm going to bust some of those myths for you. And if you're going to catch me on my Instagram this week, my handle is We Are Sold. Um, I will definitely be talking about this on there as well. So make sure you check that out too. So the first myth I want to bust is that creating structure in your business is not a cage. It's not. Creating structure actually gives you freedom of movement and flow. So when you create structure in your business, you create a container for it to exist in. And the structure can include systems, automations, processes, protocols, and in other words, it can exist without you wielding it 24/7. And anything that has structure is inherently held. It's safer and therefore more capable of providing, sustaining, and growing. So think about it this way: even the ocean is contained, even the sky is held, everything requires some structure. So that's myth number one. Myth number two is creating a plan you can stick to doesn't hinder your creativity, it actually allows it to flow. Now, this is for my entrepreneurs out there with a lot of ideas about their businesses and a lot to say about their businesses, and you haven't expressed it yet. So, why do you think you haven't expressed these ideas and insights yet? Is it a lack of time? Is it a lack of energy? Is it a lack of resources? What if your solution was to put a chunk of your time and energy and resources into some prep work so that you can set yourself up for success in the long game? That's what entrepreneurship is. It's not, at least for us heart centered entrepreneurs who are doing things in an ethical, um, and yet still effective way. We're not looking for overnight success. We're looking to be sustained for the long haul. We want to impact lives. We want to make a difference. And that takes some consistency. It takes some commitment to not only stick to the heart of what you do, but to continue on with it. So, this is really about creating the foundation of how you plan to show up for your business. What is required of you? And also, what can you do once and never have to think about it again? Think about how freeing that might be. And I'm talking about templates, systems, automations, etc. And at this point, once you set all this up for yourself, you can then lean into your creativity because a lack of structure hasn't stopped the flow of it. That's myth number two. Myth number three is discipline doesn't need to compromise your energy, integrity, or wholeness. This is something that I absolutely love. And I love it because I am someone who is recovering from being a highly controlled person and probably for more, for better or for worse, highly controlling. Um, it took me a long time to learn that discipline is not about running yourself into the ground, even though that's what we've been taught and what is still admired to this day. And after some digging and some kind of personal self discovery, I found the root word of discipline is pupil or to learn, and it means self education, not self punishment. So, how can you commit to being a lifelong student of yourself, of your craft, of your behaviors or your patterns? How does discipline foster who you are becoming? How can discipline mean you committing to being a lifelong student of your becoming? That sounds so much more pleasant, but also more free, more heart-centered, more aligned, more empowering. And to be honest, all of the quantum leaps and timeline shifts that spiritual folks refer to require a new reality, a new identity, a new way of being and thinking. So, what is required of you from this new perspective of discipline? All right, and then the fourth myth is being responsible does not mean living in a pressure cooker. So, another big lesson I had to learn is that responsibility simply means to have the ability to respond to life and business, etc., with integrity, meaning you are capable. And listen, as someone who grew up with loads of responsibility put on my shoulders, listen to how I say that, I equated responsibility with pressure. Be responsible was, oh, I heard that a lot growing up. I mean, yikes. So in business, I translated that to overworking myself into overwhelm. But of course, I know better now. We all do. I can commit to responsibility because I have chosen to live and work in integrity with myself and with others. And so here's the thing, we're coming back to integrity, and that's really it's myth number 5. It's really the name of the game. When you're selling with soul, integrity is what it's all about. There's this belief that if you're selling with soul, you're not actually doing much. You're simply doing what you feel like, what feels good, what comes through moment to moment, living by the seat of your pants. It's more often than not, I've noticed that when I'm acting in integrity, when I'm fully in integrity with myself, I'm doing hard things. I'm doing things that scare me. I'm doing things that are uncomfortable. I'm doing things that make me feel like I'm living on the edge. And all of that, all of the above, is what is actually moving the needle. It's not about controlling my energy, it's about honoring it. So, what does this have to do with Creator Day? When you create a Creator Day, whether it's a full day, a half day, a 2-hour marketing session with yourself, you're committing to the structure of your business, which is committing to its growth and sustainability. You're giving it what it needs to thrive so that you can receive more within it and from it. So back to my masterclass, I have it coming up on Monday, February 12th at 11 a.m. Central Time. Again, this is a space where you will create the structure to support your marketing flow. So, what will we do in this space together? We're going to do several things. Here's what I plan to teach and show you. Number one, I'll show you how to structure your very own Creator Day. So, this is where you will prep your marketing for the entire week ahead. Next, I will give you step-by-step suggestions for your creator container, starting with a theme, a message, one piece of content, and then ongoing creations from there. So, we're going to be doing quite a bit of repurposing. And then I'm going to help you create systems to utilize, and I'm going to share some examples of what your weekly marketing might look like for you. And if we have time, I will allow for some hot seat opportunities. And the reason why I'm doing this is that the reason why I'm doing anything within the sold framework is that I've realized over my 10 years of teaching people how to market themselves is they've got to want to show up for it. I'm not really a do as I say kind of consultant. When we work together, you get strategy, tactics, insights, and feedback. And all of those items are delivered in a way that works for you and only you. Because the thing is, people still buy from people. That hasn't changed. Relationships are built on trust, and trust takes time to build. That hasn't changed either. But what's changed is that business owners are no longer going to show up in a way that isn't aligned to them. And their audience isn't going to be attracted to their offerings unless they feel completely aligned to it too. So in essence, we are all motivated by alignment now. And that's the core of it. What is aligned? So let's create a plan of action that you can stick to. I'm going to include the link to book your spot in this video. I hope to see you get there. Again, Monday, February 12th, 11 a.m. Central Time. Until then, be well and take care.